Hello students, a very good morning to you. How are you? Dear students, you are not sending your homework regularly, bio homework. Please, it's my personal request to you. When bio work is going to you, then you must send your homework. Especially for the girls of 10th A1 and A2, A7 also. They are not sending their homework. Please send to me for checking. So now let's continue our chapter 8 of class 10, that is how do organisms reproduce. We are continuing the topic types of asexual reproduction. We already have completed all the 6 types of asexual reproduction. Today we will complete the topic means types of asexual reproduction. And last topic of asexual reproduction is spore formation. This is another mode of asexual reproduction seen in many organisms, like maximum in the species of fungus. In the species of fungus, by forming spores they reproduce, and spores are always formed in million numbers inside the cyst wall. So how these spores produce and how again they reproduce asexually in large numbers. So let's see through example and through diagram. As we know that in multicellular fungus like your rhizopus, there is a structure called bulb on a stick. In multicellular organism or multicellular fungus, this is called rhizopus. This is called your rhizopus. It has a bulb on a stick like structure. Bulb on a stick. It means it will look like lollipop. You can see this is the bulb and this is the stick. Inside this large number of asexually reproducing structures which are called spores are formed. So how these spores are formed? As we know that, suppose when we keep a piece of bread, the bread which you are eating, bread for 2 to 3 days in a moisture medium, then after some days we will see a fungal growth on it, and if we see this by the help of a microscope, we can see the structures like this. The structure is like this, and this is called as hyphae. This structure is called as hyphae, and its singular is hypha. Singular is hypha and plural is hyphae. So these hyphaes are from mycelium. Hyphaes form mycelium. Hyphae form mycelium. And within the mycelium, the sperms are produced either exogenously, means outside it, or exogenously, or it means inside it. So what will happen? Then they will attach by the stick, which is called as your sporangiophore. Clear students? This is called as sporangiophore. Sporangiophore. You can see the diagram. And this is called as sporangium, and inside it present are called as spores. This is the structure we will see through microscope while we observe a piece of bread after some days, and this type of spore formation, as I have told you, is seen in rhizopus. And when the spores get matured inside this, the spores, then the sporangium get ruptured like this, and the spores are dispersed. And through air, it go to different places, and when they fall, as they have a rigid structure called the cyst wall, the spore is, this is the cyst wall, and it is rigid by nature. Rigid by nature means it will provide a hard protecting covering to the spore inside it. So when the spores disperse through air, then they fall on the land by the help of air. Then after some days, when it get appropriate condition for its growth, then it is again grows as like this. Clear, students? You should also make the diagrams. The diagrams, this complete topic means type of asexual reproduction contains many diagrams, but while you are sending your homework, you are not drawing the diagrams. Please students, draw all the diagrams. This may come in 5 marks question. So here I have explained you spore formation. Again I am repeating it. Spore formation is another type of asexual reproduction in which the organism produces millions or large number of spores inside the sporangium, and when the spores get matured, the cyst wall or the sporangium get ruptured and the spores are dispersed through air and fall on land, and they are covered by, means they have high resistivity capacity because of their hard rigid covering, and when they get appropriate condition, suitable condition or favorable condition, they are again grows as new individual. So this type of asexual reproduction we can see in the species Rhizopus, and maximum species of fungus are reproduces by means of spore formation. Clear, students? So this is all about your types of asexual reproduction we completed. Now let's move to start sexual mode of reproduction. Now we will start sexual reproduction in organisms. Clear? So what is sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction means when two different type of gametes are formed. One is male gamete and another is female gamete, and they fuse to form a zygote. That is called as sexual reproduction. So let's write this. When two different type of gametes are formed. One is male gamete and another is female gamete, and they fuse to form zygote. Here fusion of female gamete and male gamete takes place to form a zygote. This is called as sexual reproduction. Due to sexual reproduction, variation can be seen among different species. Due to sexual reproduction, this is short form of reproduction. Due to sexual reproduction, variation can be seen in different species. As we have studied the importance of variation, and variation occurs during sexual reproduction, that sexual reproduction brings variation, and that variation will help the species for survival. So how the gamete is formed? As we know that there are two type organisms are found. Some are diploid organism and some are haploid organism. Diploid organism contain 2n number of chromosome and haploid organism contain n number of chromosome. When the diploid organism produce gametes, then it goes through meiosis. And meiosis is completed through two steps. Meiosis 1, first meiosis 1 will take place and this will give n, then it will go through another division that is called meiosis 2, and in meiosis 2 it will give 4 haploid gametes. So we can write a diploid organism forms gamete through meiosis. Diploid organism forms haploid gametes through meiosis. As you see here, meiosis is completed through 2 steps, and diploid organisms produce their gametes, which is haploid. Here 2n, the half of 2n is n. So first n will form, again it will go through another division, means meiosis 2. This is complete called meiosis. Meiosis has 2 steps, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. And through these 2 steps, the diploid parent is able to form 4 haploid gametes. Here the organism is 1 and here the gamete formed is 4. So this is complete called as meiosis. That's why I write here diploid organism forms haploid gamete through meiosis. It means जो डिप्लॉयड ऑर्गेनिज्म होता है जिसकी क्रोमोसोम नंबर 2n होता है, जब वो गैमेट फॉर्मेशन करता है वो मेयोसिस के थ्रू जाता है. सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल ह्यूमन बीइंग हो गया, हमारे अंदर क्रोमोसोम 46 है, पर जब हम गैमेट फॉर्मेशन करेंगे उसमें जो क्रोमोसोम मिलेगा वो 23 मिलेगा, और वो जो 23 मिलेगा वो कुछ ऐसे स्टेप्स के थ्रू जाके मिलेगा. क्लियर है? नेक्स्ट, जब हैप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म मतलब खुद पेरेंट बॉडी जब हैप्लॉइड होता है, ये आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है फिर भी मैं थोड़ा सा आइडिया दे देती हूँ. ये इस टाइप का जो गैमेट फॉर्मेशन है, हैप्लॉइड पेरेंट खुद हैप्लॉइड है. और एक बात बता देती हूँ, पेरेंट हैप्लॉइड भी हो सकता है और डिप्लॉइड भी हो सकता है, पर जो गैमेट है वो हमेशा हैप्लॉइड होगा. यू कैन राइट द पेरेंट मे बी हैप्लॉइड और डिप्लॉइड. द पेरेंट मे बी हैप्लॉइड और डिप्लॉइड, but the gamete is always haploid. So you think if the parent is haploid, then it has to form haploid gamete. Then here meiosis will not occur, here mitosis occur. This is called as mitosis. Here mitosis will occur and it will get NN. Clear? So this here 2 points. Diploid organism forms haploid gamete through meiosis, but haploid organism forms gamete through mitosis. And remember students, meiosis is called as reductional division and mitosis is called as equational division. meiosis को रिडक्शन डिवीजन बोलते हैं क्योंकि इसमें आधा हो जाता है क्रोमोसोम. रिडक्शनल डिवीजन. और जो माइटोसिस होता है उसको इक्वेशनल डिवीजन बोलते हैं. इक्वेशनल डिवीजन बोलते हैं. मेयोसिस 2 स्टेप में होता है, माइटोसिस 1 स्टेप में होता है. यहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा 2 स्टेप मैंने किया है, 2 स्टेप के थ्रू ये हैप्लॉइड गैमेट दिया. पर यहाँ पे पेरेंट खुद हैप्लॉइड है. सपोज यहाँ पे 23 क्रोमोसोम है, ये 23 दे रहा है, पर यहाँ पे अगर 23 क्रोमोसोम 46 क्रोमोसोम है तो ये 23 दे रहा है. यहाँ पे आधा हो रहा है, यहाँ पे सेम रह रहा है. तो ये आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है, सिर्फ इसी के बारे में पढ़ना है कि जब डिप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म, फिर भी आपको ये याद रखना है, डिप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म मेयोसिस के थ्रू गैमेट फॉर्मेशन करता है और हैप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म माइटोसिस के थ्रू गैमेट फॉर्मेशन करता है. डिप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म जो होता है वो मेयोसिस के दौरान 2 फेजेस के थ्रू होता है, एक मेयोसिस 1 मेयोसिस 2, और हैप्लॉइड में एक सिंगल स्टेप होता है, दैट इज माइटोसिस. इक्वल नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम शेयर होता है इस हैप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म के केस में. डिप्लॉइड ऑर्गेनिज्म के केस में क्रोमोसोम नंबर हाफ हो जाता है और रिड्यूस हो जाता है. क्लियर? और एक बात, जैसे कि हम पढ़ रहे हैं सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, प्लांट में पढ़ेंगे, एनिमल में पढ़ेंगे, तो यहाँ पे जो गैमेट फॉर्मेशन होता है, जैसे कि हमने पढ़ा है यहाँ पे मेल गैमेट फॉर्मेशन होगा, फीमेल गैमेट फॉर्मेशन होगा. जो मेल गैमेट है वो हमेशा मोटाइल होता है. मेल गैमेट मूव करता है, इट इज मोटाइल. मेल गैमेट मूव करता है. और जो फीमेल गैमेट होता है वो स्टैटिक होता है. स्टैटिक मतलब कांस्टेंट. male gamete is motile and female gamete is static or constant. Means female gamete will not move. Female gamete will is present only in one place, but male gamete is moved. That's why it is called as motile. Again, when the male gamete is formed, it is formed in millions number, large number, but the female gamete is produced only one. So these are the basic ideas before we go to study about sexual reproduction. And in our next class, we will discuss about reproduction in plants. For today, this is all about your introduction to sexual reproduction in organisms.